What's up, folks? Renfail here, and back with another Baldur's Gate 3 guide. This one at the request of a bunch of people who have watched some of my other sorcerer videos and said, why haven't you done videos on how to create sorcery points, and why haven't you done... There's a couple other ones. I don't want to spoil them here because they're going to follow, so you're going to want to make sure to stick around for the rest of this series. But we've been doing the sorcerer build videos ever since I started playing that character offline while I'm off streaming the druid. And sorcery points were a mystery to me when I started, so it's been very beneficial to me to go out there and make guides around this because, like pretty much a lot of other people out there, I was a complete beginner, and I still am a complete beginner in many ways to the sorcerer. So it's been very entertaining to learn this class offline so that I could take my time and wrap my head around it. One of the things that it was a learning curve for me is the sorcery point system. So today we're diving into how to create sorcery points. So sorcery points, if you don't know, are a limited it's a limited number of you get per level, and you get more of them, and you can eventually have more than you started off with, but you spend those to do things with spells. So you might want to make a spell more powerful, cast faster, have a longer distance, maybe split it into 2 spells, and sorcery points drive that whole system, but they are finite. But you can generate more sorcery points both in and out of battle. How do you do that? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today, and that's my long-ass intro to get to this point. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, folks, because I do ramble like this. Pretty much everything I do is a rambling thing of such. So, we're in the game. Let me get a sip of coffee here. We're going to be doing 2 guides this morning for this particular video. One is for the mouse and keyboard, and one is for the controller. So those of you who are playing on either the PS5 or the Xbox, which is forthcoming as of this recording, but let's just pretend it's here. Let's dive in. So, we're in mouse and keyboard mode, and the first thing you're going to notice is down here across my hotbar, my toolbars, where it says sorcery points. I currently have none. It's a replenishable resource, and they are gone because I used them during combat. Now, if I want to get them back, this is the exact same whether you do it in combat or out of combat, but remember one important thing here. When you go to create sorcery points, it's a bonus action if you do it in combat. So that means that it's finite when it comes to your combat scenarios. Out of combat, you can do it as much as you want. As long as you have, I should say, as long as you have spells. The most important part of this entire create sorcery points system is that it trades spell slots for sorcery points. So if you want 3 sorcery points, you have to sacrifice a 3rd level spell slot in exchange for it. So if you'll notice here, at 3rd level, I have that amount. I have essentially 2 that I can cast right now, right? So I have 4 first level spells, 3 second level spells. You know, we'll get into that later. But the blue ones are represented by the ones I actually have at my disposal. So to essentially create points, I have to take away from my available spell slots. So let's look at level 2 right now. I have 3 available slots right now for level 2. So if we go into combat, I can cast 3 spells at level 2 potency, or 3 level 2 spells. It would open up this window right here where it says create sorcery points. You're going to click that, and then it's going to ask you select a variant, and this is going to increase as you increase in level, as you get 4th level spells, as you get 5th level spells, as you get 6th. Do we get 6th level? I think you get 1 6th level here. You will be able to trade an appropriate amount of or appropriate spell slot per level. So these just keep going until the max of the game. So don't worry about it. It only says 1 to 3 now because we're in a lower level character. But let's take a level 2 spell, and we're going to steal from that. We're going to says spend a level 2 spell slot to gain 2 sorcery points. Click to confirm. Alright, you'll now notice that we have a grayed out level 2 spell slot. So we robbed a spell slot to give us 2. And technically we have 3 now because I had 1 at the beginning. For some reason I was thinking we had 0, but we still have the 1. So we now have 3 sorcerer points. So that's how you do it on the mouse and keyboard. But let's go ahead and go on over to the controller. I've got my Xbox controller here. Let me get my cheat sheet so that I know the buttons for the PlayStation, because I always forget, because I'm not actively playing on the PS5 right now. Alright, so once you're in here, you're going to need to bring up your radial, which on both controllers, Xbox or PlayStation, it's just the bumpers. So just click a bumper. And wherever you have it set up, I have it set up in my second bumper, but up the top, we're going to go to where it says Create Sorcery Points. We're going to go ahead and click that, and then it's going to ask me to select the variant. Now you're going to see down at the bottom, if you've not played around a lot with the UI, I need a point over here, that's better. With controller UI, this is what it looks like at the bottom. So your sorcery points are all the way over on the right in red, represented by that red teardrop. It says I have 3 slots filled at the moment. So, therefore we have 3 slots. So, or we have 3 spells. 3 sorcery points. I need more coffee. So, quick commercial break, everyone, to give a shout out to our first official guild officer, Babylonia, as well as all of the guild champions, and of course, all of the members who help keep me on the air full time. To join as a member, simply click that join button below and pick your tier, but you can also support with SuperChats on any live stream or premiere, or SuperThanks on any upload or YouTube short. Don't forget the Discord. Let's get back to the video. We want to create 1 sorcery point because we want to, I have a full round of level 1 spells. I have 4 of them available. So let's go ahead and take 1 away from that and say, okay, cool. Now, if I bring out my radial, there we go. But what does it look like in combat? Well, you're lucky because we actually have a scenario here that we could do. Let's go ahead and pick a first level magic missile. We're going to wait for him to get a little closer. And we're going to ping this guy. He's got to get a little closer, guys. Come on. Come on, Mr. Minotaur. There we go. Alright, so that put me into combat with him. Alright. Now, if I were to bring up my radial menu right now, notice on the bottom, still on the controller, we can show this on mouse and keyboard here in a minute. If you'll notice down here, I still have a bonus action represented by the orange triangle. So if I were to go use this spell right now to create sorcery points, let's say level 1 spell, we'll do it. It's going to rob my bonus action. You'll notice I no longer have a bonus action right over here. It's gone. On the mouse and keyboard, it looks slightly different. Let's go ahead and switch back over to mouse and keyboard so that we can show you what that looks like. But it's the same thing. This right here is the triangle that represents your bonus action, and it's represented by the orange triangle. Also, when you go to do sorcery points, it literally tells you on the bottom left there, it's in red right now, it says bonus action, and it shows the orange triangle. So no matter how you look at it, it's telling you this is a bonus action. It's going to take your bonus action. Don't forget it's a bonus action. So don't be surprised when you use it during combat and you realize that you don't have a bonus action anymore. But that is essentially how you create sorcery points for your sorcerer. So that if you ever find yourself in a scenario where you are out and you want to do something cool with your points, you want to twin a spell to get, maximum amount of coverage, that's how you create sorcerer points, everybody. Mouse and keyboard and controller mode. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update as we continue to move on with Baldur's Gate 3 and all the other things we're doing. Check out the Discord. Links are down below. All the member videos for those of you who are members. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Happy gaming.